Hello everybody, I'm just a dude, and today we're going to talk about China. We have so much intertwined with China. Money, relations, trade, and whatnot. This is why I don't like China. China is not a capitalist country. It is a 100% communist-controlled country. And the article reads that we're going to go over today on ChristianHeadlines.com. The Bible is banned. China shuts down churches, threatens Christians. Yeah, so now they're not even playing anymore. They were kind of taunting them, playing with them, kicking out of churches, knocking them down. But the reins are getting tighter and tighter and tighter around the Christian community in China. But before we get into the article, I want you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click on that little bell notification so every time I make an upload, you'll get to see it first. And remember, when we're done with the video, to comment and like the video. I am really interested in what you have to say about this, what you think of this as Americans or anyone around the world who watches this video, the persecution that the Christians have to face in China. All right, folks, without any further ado, let's get into the article. The Bible is banned. China shuts down churches, threatens Christians. China's crackdown on the booming house church movement continued this fall, with government officials raiding worship services and even telling Christians they could no longer read the Bible. You can't even read the Bible anymore. It's crazy. By law, churches in China must register with the government and join either the Three-Self Patriotic Movement, if they're Protestant, or the Chinese Patriotic Catholic Association. But because such churches face severe restrictions, millions of Christians have joined illegal, unregistered house churches. I guess you would kind of equate that here in America to maybe a Bible study group where you go to a friend's house or a fellow church member's house during the middle of the week and you have a Bible study. I would kind of equate it to that at this point for these guys because they want to hear the real word of God. They don't want to hear the watered down, changed, or adjusted word of God in these quote unquote official churches that the Chinese government authorizes. Continuing, in October, a house church in Jinan, Shandong province was ambushed by a group of local officials according to the watchdog Bitter Winter. From now on, you are not allowed to meet here, nor are you allowed to read the Bible, a local government official told the church members. According to orders from central government, the Bible is banned. You're designated as a target of the campaign to clean up gang crime and eliminate evil. I mean, I laugh because it is so freaking ridiculous. The most peaceful, loving group of individuals is a church under the guise of Jesus Christ. There's nothing evil about it. What's evil is what the Chinese government is doing. And people here in America are starting to call Christianity evil because Christianity doesn't go along with what the culture and society are saying is acceptable now. But Jesus Christ and his followers, the real ones, would never harm anyone because of a difference of opinion. That's not evil. This kind of stuff is evil. Antifa is evil. The Chinese government is evil. Continuing, house churches all over Shandong province are now to be shut down, the church members were told. What kind of government is this? An elderly Christian asked Bitter Winter. They turn a blind eye on evildoers and criminals, but persecute us Christians. You want to know why? Because Christians understand freedom. They understand that God is the sovereign, not the government. They don't want that. That's why the American government was founded on that principle. People want to say God had nothing to do with our government ties, but the one abiding principle behind the foundation of our government was that we were led by the people, for the people, of the people. And the way that was established and understood was because God is above everyone. Governments and leaders aren't above the people because God is above every single person. He's the sovereign, not the government. Whenever you bring Jesus Christ into anything, God the Father, the Word of God, that's what it teaches. Governments don't like that. Henceforth, why our government, slowly but surely, is kind of diminishing Christianity and its active role in public service. They want to separate it so clearly so you can't have Christianity anything else but in your own home or in church. Anywhere else, they don't want you to have that mentality that God is sovereign. No. Government sovereign. It's a slow creeping totalitarian tiptoe, they call it. Don't ever be fooled by it and pay attention to it. Because if you don't, this is the kind of thing decades down the line that Americans are going to have to deal with. Continuing. In August, police officers and government officials raided a house church in the province of Yunnan and ordered the members to join a Three-Self congregation that was thousands of miles away, according to Bitter Winter. So, see, they're just not going to let you practice church. They're not going to let you go to church. They're not going to let you worship Jesus Christ and gather together with fellow believers. If you want to, you're going to have to travel thousands of miles because that's the only church that's actually authorized by the government that you can go to. Continuing, having no other choice, the churchgoers signed a document that prohibits them from holding religious gatherings, Bitter Winter reported. So they can't even in their own home have even one or two people over, which is considered church in the eyes of Jesus Christ. When two people are gathered, I am there. That is church. They cannot talk about church because if they're ever caught, guess what? They're going to jail. Continuing, government officials took the church's valuables and told church members they would be arrested if they continued to gather. Further, they raided the houses of at least 8 church members, confiscating religious books and tearing down religious paintings, Bitter Winter said. Unbelievable. In September, government officials raided another church meeting in Yunnan and confiscated 100 religious books published in other countries because owning them was not in accordance with the Chinese laws. Wow. So not even just the Bible, anything religious that isn't authorized by the Chinese government. The next day, the members were told the pastor was guilty of illegal preaching because he did not have a permit. If they met with him again, they could be arrested. Which kind of reminds me of 501c3. You know, the government kind of got in there in the 1950s with the 501c3. Charitable and nonprofit organizations in order to be tax exempt. Well, guess what? Before that was actually put into place, churches were free and tax exempt anyway. You know what changed? A bunch of things that churches can no longer talk about or preach about in order to maintain their tax-free status. Oh, no one ever talks about that. Do you ever wonder why preachers, or a lot of them, don't get political? And they talk about things like just positivity and feeling good and you can accomplish this, you can accomplish that, because they don't want you to talk about politics, leadership. They don't want you to be aware of the church's position on anything that may be going on politically in your government. That's the key, folks. Slow, totalitarian, tiptoe. That's how it happens. Continuing, the government persecutes us because it fears that the church's growing membership and rapid development would be unfavorable to them. Yeah, it's going to be unfavorable, all right, because when people start to get in their head that, government isn't sovereign, but Jesus Christ and God is, and the more people understand that, live by it, commit to it, there's going to be, people that are going to have an uprising against totalitarianism and dictatorship. And they don't want that. They don't want people to know that. They don't want people even to think that. They want people to grow up thinking government is the end-all be-all. That's why. These officials are acting like devils, they said. And finishing up, churches within Three-Self Patriotic Movement and the Chinese Patriotic Catholic Association have faced severe restrictions in recent months. Communist officials have edited sermons, ordered the removal of crosses, and replaced 10 Commandment displays with portraits of Chinese leaders. China law forbids the proselytization of minors. So minors can't even go to church. They can't learn about God. This kind of stuff is insane. And we did business with these people? People always say, well, Nixon broke the wall of China. He should have left that wall up. These people are freaking evil. This is insane. And these are the people that hold America's debt? And right now America is $23 trillion in debt? What the heck? All right, folks, do me a favor. I'm outraged by this. I feel so bad. You got to think about this. These people in China are our brothers and sisters. We're going to spend eternity with these people, and they are suffering right now. All right, folks, do me a favor. Like the video, whether you're on YouTube, BitChute, or you're on Brighteon. It really helps my analytics. And with what's ever going on with YouTube now with this purge and, you know, kind of shadow banning YouTube channels, everything that you do, whether it's leave comments or, you know, like the video, give it a thumbs up, it all helps the channel. If you would be so inclined, you want to go to BitChute, you want to subscribe there, there's a little $sign next to the subscribe button. If you're so inclined and want to support the channel, anything you could do would be greatly appreciated. And remember, if you want to talk to me on Twitter, Gab, Minds, Instagram, I'm all available on those platforms. Send me a message if you want to talk to me about anything, or if there's anything you'd like me to talk about. All right, folks, that's all I have for you today. And until next time, what do I always say? I say, God bless, folks. And until next time, bye now.